we've talked about a lot of serious stuff, and it seems like we tend to get hung up on that. But really, I think one of the coolest things about marriage is just having fun together. And I think if people aren't having fun, I mean, what's the point? I mean, we've had a lot of fun together, and we still do. I mean, making one another laugh, and I make you laugh a lot more than you make me laugh. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's,
My jokes are funny. You just don't get it sometimes.
You're right. So I just, I don't know. I just, how do you explain to people to just have fun,
Just have
lighten
fun.
up,
And
and enjoy life?
Yeah, I mean, it's so many times I sit with couples and I say, "What do you do for fun?" And they stare back at me, and I think, "Oh my gosh." I mean, you got to have fun in your marriage. Sure, there's serious things you got to go through, and you got to deal with things together. But man, you got to have fun together. You got to laugh together. And I think sometimes couples take themselves too seriously.
Well, what would be fun is to just challenge people to sometime when they're trying to really be serious with one another, just burst out laughing and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe it kind of levels the whole thing, because really most of the things people argue about or fight about, I mean, there's serious things. Obviously, we deal with that in counseling. But a lot of times people come in, they can't remember what they were arguing about. And so I think, choose your battles and have fun together, and don't let those things, I talk to people say, "Man, we had this great weekend planned, and then we had this fight Friday when we got home from work, ruined the whole weekend." Well, that's crazy.
That's true.
They missed out on having really fun together.
Yeah.
So,
and we've been there, but I mean, it's just so much fun just to, come on. That's neat. One real neat thing about being married this long. You finally just go, what the heck? Let's just have fun.
yeah, and we try different things. We try new things. Some of them work. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I lead you to some new restaurant or hole-in-the-wall restaurant, and it turns out bad. Sometimes it turns out good. But we kind of look back and it's fun, and we just try different things together.
Well, and we don't really have a lot of the same hobbies. But, since the Thunders come to town, of course, I have a new hobby, and you seem to like it too, and we just have a blast doing that.
Fun to basketball games
Yeah,
together.
and so we found some neat, fun things like that we love to do. We've always loved movies and stuff like that, but I'm talking about just sitting around the house and just enjoying life instead of just being serious all the time.
Yeah. If you take everything serious all the time, you're probably going to be serious all the time. But if you set your mindset, and we know that, that Jesus laughed, and we know that God gives us joy and happiness and a lot of things like that. And so just, the mindset is we're going to have fun together.
Right.
And that we're going to enjoy each other no matter what we do. And you're right, we can sit around like we're sitting here and have for a couple hours and laugh and have fun and just enjoy each other. And sometimes it's going somewhere and doing something, but just always trying to...
You don't have to be a funny person to
No.
have a good time. You just lighten up in the life you've been given and in the personalities you've been given.
And you can pull little practical jokes on each other, things like that.
If that's your bag.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not
it would be
your
my
great
bag, but my spouse didn't like them that well.
Not for a long time.
And then they're funny when you look back.
Right.
10 years later?
Maybe.
Maybe.